Hello, this is Josh Oakes and welcome to MediaLeaders.com. In this video, I'm excited to have an entrepreneur on that is going to share with us 3 summer startup tips that he learned over the summer running his own startup. Chandler Bolt, welcome to the video.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Very well. Tell us a little bit about what you did at Student Painters over the summer.
Yeah, so I got hired on to Student Painters. It's basically an internship program, and they teach students how to run their own business by actually doing it.
Yeah.
So you take what you're learning in the classroom, and you go out in the field, and you run your own business, and you hire your own employees, you find your customers, that sort of thing, and they teach you all along the way. So that's what I did over the last 2 summers.
That's awesome. Now, we're talking real money here. You did this for 7 months, is that right?
Mm-hmm. It was basically a 7-month crash course. Got trained in the beginning. It was like in the beginning of February, and then it went all the way through August when I started back up with school.
And you went from $0 to how much in that 7 months?
$0 to right at $102,000.
$102,000, and you're in college. That's amazing.
Yes,
That's amazing. Well, I was impressed with you when I first met you at my speech, and here's why I was impressed with you. You had a great attitude, and this is why I'm putting you on this video, but also you're the only guy out of the 80 young professionals to follow up somehow. You wrote me a handwritten note, and somehow you got a hold of my mailing address and wrote to me, which I was impressed with. And that's awesome. I could say it's creepy that you found out where I work, but I love it. You're a great kid. Hey, Chandler, real quick, let's walk us through the 3 things you learned from your summer startup. Give us tip number 1.
Sure. So the first one was sell on quality, not on price. Like I said, this was just a 7-month crash course, just super quick learning. And this was something I learned from my dad because he actually has a construction business. But this really applies to anything because the business I ran was a painting business. But really sell on quality, not on price. Because what really shocks people, when you're first trying to get those first clients, is you want a discount just so you can get the first customers.
Yeah.
But in reality, the customers who want the cheapest price, they usually aren't the best customers. They're going to make you work way, way harder. They're going to nitpick at every little thing, and they're not going to value what you're bringing to the table. So some of the guys in the program would discount to get jobs. They would discount by a couple $100 or something if they were really trying to get the sale. And I was really kind of against this just from what my dad had taught me. And then it further drove home when I only discounted 2 jobs out of the 45 jobs I did that summer. And those 2 customers were the toughest, most difficult customers to deal with. I had to go back. They really just drove me crazy, and I didn't make a lot of money on those jobs, so it just taught me don't sell on quality. Don't sell on price, sell on quality, and don't be afraid to charge a high price.
I love that. It's really wise at such a young age. Walk us through tip number 2.
Okay, so this one was manage the lows, and this is probably one of the toughest things. And I started on this big journey, and there was 250 people across the country, but we were all in this internship, and I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be number 1 in the country, and I ended up doing that and running the biggest business in the country. But this is really why, is because I could manage the loads, and sometimes it was tough. I was living away from home for the first time. I was living with my brother. He plays in a rock and roll band, so he was never at home. So it was kind of like I was on this little island by myself, just running my business and dealing with all the things that we as entrepreneurs deal with, but just with no people around me to help. And I kind of talked about this in the blog post. But really, the toughest part of the whole summer was when I was on my one vacation for the whole summer, and I had my crew leader. He called me and let me know that him, along with a few other guys on my team, were going to have to quit. And it really kind of ruined the vacation in a sense. I tried not to let it. But, basically that was the lowest point because we'd had so much rain and we couldn't paint, and my business was just kind of stuck there, and it was just super low point. It was the first time all summer that I thought, man, I might not reach my goal. I might not be number 1 in the country. But what happened there that was just super important is to just flip the switch. I came back, got to work, started hiring some new people. Really just kept pushing forward every day. And when the other guys in the company were kind of slowing down and maybe burning out, I was using that low and working back from that and working super hard. And it's the work I put in during that time to kind of rebuild my business that taught me a lot, and it totally rebuilt my business and revamped it to where I could get it over 100,000 and get the Entrepreneur of the Year.
That's amazing. And you won Entrepreneur of the Year award in this program, is that right?
Yep, that's right. We're going on a little cruise. It's the company pays for like the top performers to go on a cruise. So we went on the cruise and got a couple rewards, and it made it all. It was a chance to look back, and it made it all worth it. So
that's really great, man. Walk us through tip number 3.
Okay, so hire slowly, fire quickly. You guys have probably heard this before, but it was really drove home. I mentioned just a second ago about how I had a few guys quit, and I really think that was because of I had one bad apple, and that turned into multiple bad apples, and then I ended up losing half my crew because of it. So when I was first starting the business and really, you have to sell all these jobs, so I was really focused on sales, and I didn't focus enough on the people I was hiring. So my big tip here would be really focus on who you're hiring, make it super competitive, spend some money to advertise and really find some good candidates, because it's just going to make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming off of my second year with Student Painters. I just came off of that, and I got to teach other guys how to run their own business like I did. And what happened is I had a small team. I only had 3 guys, but it worked great because I really spent some serious time hiring and some serious time just really finding the people I wanted to work with. Mm-hmm. And that made the next 7 months so much better because I had guys that I really wanted to work with that were really good. And it was a lot of fun. I got to work with people who were super motivated and who were right for the job.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Hey, well, I want to thank you, Chandler, for giving us this blog post and your time today. I'm really impressed with what you've done. Those of you that are watching this video, you can scroll down on the video. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Join our email list. You can learn more about Chandler by going to the bottom of the blog post on MediaLeaders.com. Chandler, thanks for joining us today.
No problem, man. Great to be here.
Keep up the good work, my friend. Everybody that's watching this video, always keep it light, bright, and polite. Have a great day.